why I refer to that partly is that the book does try and answer the points that Kathy's made, and I wish I'd made them a bit in my talk. What I take in all of those subjects going through the book is a sort of dialectical process. With self-regulation, there are pluses and there are minuses. With state regulation, there are pluses and there are minuses. And there's no doubt about that. And clearly, some parts of the self-regulatory system have been allowed to continue. The classic case, of course, with a period of financial market domination, the one profession that was allowed to continue full self-regulation was the financial community. And the irony is that if you look around the banking communities of the world, they've also had a very undeveloped self-regulatory system. So there are no qualification standards if you want to be a derivatives expert. You don't have to have any qualifications to be it, and you can practice as long as you know the right people and the right context and so on. Now the interesting thing, and I try and analyze this in the book, is that the regulatory system, whatever it is, tends to set up either a social solidarity notion, relatively speaking, or a fragmenting one inside occupations. And the interesting thing is that the way the regulatory developments have gone, and this is a heuristic interpretation, if you like, because I think there's a lot more research that's needed in this area, is that the way the shift towards state regulation has gone, it's been a particular form of state regulation. It's been a regulatory system which says you must comply with competitiveness, and it's very much the neoliberal thing. And the irony is that if you go around the world, as I've been fortunate or unfortunate to do, and you go and you say, well, where can I find out about the occupational regulations in this country? You'd think that it would be done by ministries of labour or ministries of welfare. No, it's usually done by ministries of finance or by competition and consumer protection associations, which increasingly occupational regulations has been shifted to that. So the interesting thing there is that they've usually got along with supporting an elite in a profession or occupation. And it might not be just the big professions. It could be masons and things. They've gone along with elite. And ironically, and this is what I'm working on at the moment, it has contributed to a sort of class fragmentation within occupations. So you get an elite which is getting much of the surplus, and they're creating a salariat, proletarianized salariat below them, and below them you'll see a growth of precariat. And this splintering of occupational communities, which is part of the outcome of the changing character of regulation, I think is a particularly rich area for research. But thank you for the comment.
I have a question.